staying tuned on this program. Please go nowhere, because we'll be having guests on this program that will be discussing extensively, person of Barrister Eric Omare, that will be discussing extensively on, the legacy and impact Edwin Clark has left behind. It is no news that he passed on the 17th of February, and it is everywhere. So go nowhere, stay tuned till the end of this program. Victor Rex Jakes, thank you for joining. David Star, thank you for joining. Let's quickly go on this short break. Like I've said before, go nowhere, because we have a lot to unpack on this issue. This morning we'll be discussing no news. Renowned Niger Delta leader and elder statesman Edwin Clark died on Monday at the age of, and in a statement on Tuesday morning by a family representative, Professor C.C. Clark.
Okay, the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, also issued an official statement signed by its spokesman, Obewebi Ominimini. The statement was jointly released by Professor College Clark of the Clark Fuludu Bake Deremo family and Ambassador Dr. Godknows Igali, the national chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF.
Yes, quickly, here are key things to know about Edwin Clark. He was born on May 25th, 1927 in Kiagbodo, Delta State. He started school at African Church in 1961 and 1964. He studied law at Auburn College in the United Kingdom.
Okay, talking about his political career, will provide a deep insight about a life well lived by Pa Edwin Clark. But before he joins us on the program this morning, we'll be reading out some of the condolence messages. We'll be reading out some of the condolence messages from some of our top political leaders in Nigeria. And the first on my list is from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It states, according to a statement issued on Tuesday by presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga, the president extended his condolences to Edwin Clark family and the Ijaw nation. and also the people of the Niger Delta and the government of Delta State. President Tinubu mourned Clark and described his passing as a deeply sobering loss. Reflecting on the life of the late statesman, the president said Clark was a towering figure whose influence was felt across Nigerian political firmament for nearly 6 decades. According to President Tinubu, Clark was a courageous leader who stood for what he believed in and was never afraid to stand alone in the face of injustice. For the Ijaw nation, his views and interventions on national issues were distinct and patriotic. Clark, a lawyer and educationalist, believed in a united Nigeria, and until he never stopped reaching out to people from different parts of the country to work together to preserve national unity based on justice and equity. He went further to say that as an astute politician, his political opponent never doubted his words, weight, confidence, and conviction when he spoke. Indeed, a patriot has transitioned to the great beyond. History will remember him as a man who fought gallantly for the rights of the people of the Niger Delta, unity in diversity, and true federalism. I know friends and all those affected by this significant loss. This is the condolence message from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, quickly, I'll be reading that of former President Goodluck Jonathan. Okay, he said, he was a father figure, inspired generations of leaders. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has described Chief Edwin Clark as a father figure, peerless icon, and a relentless crusader of justice, who devoted his life to the betterment of the society. In a condolence message to his immediate family, the former president noted that the late Clark was a bridge builder and a patriot, stressing that he inspired different generations of leaders, including himself. It is with a heavy heart that I extend my deepest condolences to the immediate family, friends, and associates of the revered elder statesman, Chief Edwin Kiagbodo Clark, who has passed on to eternal glory. His life was a life of selfless service, unwavering courage, and an unyielding commitment to the development of the Niger Delta region and Nigeria as a whole. His wisdom, foresight, and dedication to the principles of fairness and good governance inspired generations of leaders, including myself. He was a man of integrity, a bridge builder, and a patriot who devoted his life to the betterment of our society. I recall with deep gratitude his invaluable counsel and support during my tenure, not only in the region but across the country, remain indelible marks of his legacy. Chief Clark's passing is not just a loss to his family but to the entire nation, and as we have lost one of our most respected and influential leaders. Chief E.K. Clark lived a fulfilled life, leaving behind a legacy of courage, resilience, and service to humanity. May he, the people of the Niger Delta.
Okay, from our own governor, the governor of Delta State, Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, who captured his condolence message to the family as the end of a great era. In his condolence message to the family and the Ijaw nation, in his statement by his chief press secretary, Sir Festus Ahon, described Clark's life and times as indeed well spent in service of the nation. He said that the late elder statesman, for his unwavering and unprecedented dedication to the growth and unity of the nation, especially in the South-South region. Today, I mourn the passing of an elder statesman, Nigerian patriot, Dr. Senator Edwin Kiagbodo, political servant, and politician, Chief Clark was a model of integrity, consistency, fidelity to a cause, and patriotic fervor. To the people of the Niger Delta region, he was their champion. Bold, outspoken, and fearless, he stood resolute in crusading for fairness, equity, and justice for the region. His exit is also a personal loss. He was a motivator, a mentor, a father to me, according to the governor of Delta State. I will miss his wisdom, counsel, and provide a deep insight on the life spent. But before we do that, we have just one more condolence messages that will be read to our hearing by my co-host.
Okay, I was taking on the condolence message of I Chief Government Ekpempolo, known as Tom Polo. So quickly, in a heartfelt message, I Chief Dr. Government Oyezede Ekpempolo, also known as Tom Polo, has expressed his condolence to the family of Edwin Clark, Edwin Kiagbodo, following his passing yesterday. Okay, Senator Clark was a strong, fearless, and irrepressible individual who spoke truth to power. He was a voice for the voiceless, and a voice for the voiceless, and a father for the fatherless. We will miss him dearly, Tom Polo stated. He further extended his sympathy to the Clark, Fuludu, Bekederemo family and the entire South-South region, acknowledging the deep impact of Clark's contribution to Nigerian democracy and socio-economic development. Okay, moving forward, I also extend my condolence to the people of South-South geopolitical zone and Nigeria in general for the death of our illustrious father. The news came to me with a rude shock, as I was not expecting the kind of news this morning. Even though it was old, it was full of life and kicking ends. I was surprised to hear his death this morning. Nigeria lost its unique and potent voice in the South-South geopolitical zone, which was a unique gift from God. There is no denying that his death has put a vacuum in the country's leadership structure. He was a democratic and socio-economic crusader. Senator Clark was a strong, fearless, and impressible individual who spoke truth to power. He was a voice for the voiceless and a father for the fatherless. We will miss him. I pray that God Almighty gives the family and the country the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Yes, that was a message from our Chief Government Ekpempolo Oyezede, known as Tom Polo. Yes, quickly, before we'll be bringing in our guests on this program this morning that we'll be discussing extensively, I would also like to appreciate our viewers that is joining this program. Yes, Patricia Emekene, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Soji Imole, thank you for joining this program. Thank you for joining. Please, we want to know where you're calling from, where you're watching from. Pere Ajube, thank you for joining this wonderful program. We are very, very excited for you on this live program. Stay tuned to this program.
Okay, and very shortly, before we bring in our guest this morning, we'll be going on a very, very short break. Please don't go nowhere. It's going to be a wonderful time on the program. Though we are mourning a life well spent and the impact made by a father, a leader, and a mentor to many of us in the Niger Delta region and the whole Nigeria at large, please don't go nowhere. We will be coming back on the program to give you deep insight about the life of our father.